Welcome to the oil rig. We are back here after a couple of weeks away, but that doesn't mean I haven't been doing anything. And what you're seeing right now is us pulling in the rest of the boxes that I have got planned for the oil rig on the backside of the oil rig. Lots of oil rigs today, but we have got a huge plan today. And I'm super excited to bring back one of the most widely shared farms that I've designed, the mushroom block farm. And quite frankly, I just want to do it to be a fun guy because I got a comment after the last episode and we need to talk about it. After the last video was published, I received some comments, but one of them really struck a nerve, and I really want to talk about this. So come a little closer. Yeah, you. Yeah, okay. A little bit more closer. Look, if you don't like my videos, you don't enjoy my voice, then quite frankly, I do these videos because I enjoy playing Minecraft and I want to show people what I get up to, what I've been doing, and not have it in the void where no one else sees it. I don't do it for money or for anything like that, to be famous. That's not my bag. I do this because I enjoy it. And I don't write scripts, and my personality is my personality. And I get it. You want to make your feelings known, but coming from someone who's produced no videos and has 0 subscribers, it just doesn't sit well with me, quite frankly. Doing this is not easy, and you can ask hundreds, if not thousands, if not possibly millions of people who have done this. Talking into a mic and doing this is not easy. So keep your negative comments to yourself and let's be a little bit more positive. And that's all I've got to say about that. And also recently we just hit a huge milestone of 200,000 views. I didn't even know we'd done that many. And quite frankly, doing this for fun, that's crazy. We are going to be working over here once again, and I want to show you some of the other things that I've been working on. We have been pulling in some of the builds, or I guess assets maybe, to get around this build. So we've built this wide stairs to get from the very bottom all the way up to the top here, where this box will be very important later on. But this continues up. We're going to have a lot of things that are kind of a stairway to nowhere or at times, or you know, things aren't going to be fully fledged out, but I feel this is necessary to get things in. And look at that, J6 Industries looking great. I'm going to be working on some more of those. And also looked at the lighting. It's actually really hard with the scale of this build to get the lighting in. And in here, in our tree farm, the tinderbox, I've done a ton of work. We've cladded all of the interior of the box in blocks to make it look cool. So going with a design aesthetic where sort of the more intense farms, I guess, are going to be darker. And then if we jump into Chili Cam, we can come up here and have a look. And I think this looks really cool. Really sort of highlights the farm, makes it feel much more industrial. But we are going to have to make some changes to the farm here. And we'll probably end up doing that on a live stream. Because I found some little things that I don't like and some things I want to change, etc. So we're going to work that out. And plus, once you start building the aesthetic things change. But anyway, moving on, as it rains once again here, this stair gantry comes up here and we get access over here. I think I'm going to have a platform here, but there is a big build that's going to go there at some point. Actually, that looks pretty cool going over there. And I've already decided what's going in that blue box. But let's get out the rain as we get wet. We're cold-blooded, so we need to stay as warm as possible. Oh yeah, where am I going? Look at this. I'm using this room as a little project board of farms that we need to add or bring into the oil rig. But this gets us access to our sorting system, a little area down there, our box here, and another one of our paintings. How cool is that going to look? There, we had them over at the factory. And then in here with the super smelter, we have done the same thing as the wood farm. We've decorated all this. We've put in a gantry, and this has been working fantastic. And we've stress tested it, and we can easily smelt a double chest of materials, and it all comes up here without loss. And I've just right there, nope, there we've put in a crafting bench so we can do things as needed, like condense down the copper once it's been smelted. And over here by the bamboo farm, I've put in this pipe, hide some of this redstone at the back here, but I've also kept things open, so it's pretty cool. We still need to link up the override here, but we are now, well, we've filled up all of the chests here, and we've now got items overflowing here. And well, I feel like I want to build something over here, so I've kind of built this platform. This may change, who knows, but those planks can then come over here for some reason or another. And we've also got doors down here, so yeah, we're really trying to make everywhere as accessible as possible. And all the way over here, we've also got another door. And I've thought these verdant, I think they're verdant, frog lights, frog lamps, whatever they are. We're going to put fire exit signs on top. But yeah, now we've got access to, this is our copper. We've got a box built above it, so we can maybe link that up and also move this farm up there. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, we need to go and grab some materials, and let's go and build this fungal farm so I can at least be a fungi once again. Up these stairs is where we are going to build our mushroom farm in this box here. And it is a farm that was featured on Hermitcraft Season 10 by Grian. Still blown away that that even ever happened. And that was at the very start of this world. And this is going to be a improved version, because I made some improvements. That's right, me. And I realized after releasing that tutorial that there were some things that I wanted to change and make better. So I have done that. And if you want to check out that, then I'll put a link up here in the top right or down below in the description, because let's be honest here, this is the best brown mushroom and mushroom stem block farm on the internet for Minecraft. There may be other games that use these blocks, possibly, I don't know. But anyway, we are going to build it in here, and we have all of the materials. This is way more than we actually need. I always like to make sure I have extras just in case I drop or whatever. But let's build this up, and then I'll run you through some of the improvements. We have finished the mushroom farm, and I actually ended up moving the door over, which meant that I ended up doing this kind of build underneath here, which I think worked out pretty well to connect it to that other box. Was just a little cramped, so we moved it over, which is cool. And then this is kind of what we're going to see when we come into more habitable areas, less farm-like. But I also decided I had a bit of space over here, so we put in a 2-tool flower farm, and I've made it so that the redstone pushes the items from the dropper into the dispenser, and it works super well using that double observer clock there. And now we can just come up here and grab any of the 2-tool flowers. I've also done a door to the other side, which leads to nowhere, and a fire exit sign. So I do also have a 2-wide one, which looks really cool. But we do have a mushroom farm in here. It's a little dark. Got to keep the fungus in the dark. Not really, but you know, turn that light on and you guys can see it a little bit better. So we have our brown mushroom storage here. This is for our bone blocks, which we're running a little low on because we haven't had our farm up and running and collecting items. So we'll need to get that going soon. In here is where we put our brown mushrooms because there is a dispenser underneath which gives you one each time you grow a mushroom. And then over here is our mushroom stem collection. This build here is aesthetic. The mushrooms just come down here, and actually in the tutorial the chest is somewhere there. But this works really well, so let me show you how this works. We grab our axe and mushroom from there. I keep a store up there. We jump in the minecart. We've turned on the farm. We can see the bone meal coming. We place a mushroom. It grows, and then we come up and we're able to harvest, going back and forth. So the mushroom blocks on the right is the cap of the mushroom, and the ones on the left are the stem, which gets fed up by block pushers. So this works really well, I think, and is much more of an improvement than the block storage that we had on the first farm. We've also improved the timings with the minecart, etc., and it works amazingly. So if we come up here, I can show you some of these things. Over here we have the detector rail, which sends a pulse, which comes over here. We use the copper bulb. If you're in a earlier version, you can just swap this out with a repeater. It still works, just pushes twice as much, unfortunately, but still works. Some mushroom stem blocks do get, or mushroom blocks do get stuck up here. Unfortunately, there's no real way to stop that. They get caught on this row here, but you need access to that, otherwise nothing works. And then over here is a core part of this new design. This part was sent to me by OG World. They didn't want to do a tutorial, but I included it and made sure to name check them because it is key to this farm now working the way it does. Have made a couple of slight changes to it. And then over here we have our bone block system. So this is the chest. The bone blocks come in here into the crafter, which then get decrafted and sent up here. So when there aren't any bone meal in here, this depowers, sends a redstone pulse, which the comparator reads and crafts from here and puts some more bone meal in the system. So that works super well. Most other things are the same, but the key thing is we're now able to harvest both the stem and the brown mushroom at the same time without then having to get out the minecart, etc., and we can do longer harvesting sessions. So in here we will see we've got our mushroom stems. A few of the brown mushroom blocks fall there just down to random items jumping around, and then our brown mushroom. Some do get composted to help boost the bone blocks, but the majority come in here, and you know, that still fills up quick. Look, we got nearly 27 stacks to 3. That's just the way the mushroom cuts, I'm afraid. And as we're looking at comments today, I did get a wonderful comment about this farm, and made me giggle when I got it, so I do appreciate that. And some of these things may seem more complicated than they are, but I enjoy playing around with farms and trying to do different things as well, and this is a prime example. But we stand on the shoulders of giants who have come before us and allowed us to do these things. Over here on this quadrant, we have now put in a stairway to help us get up to these boxes here. I decided I want a big stairway on each one, and to help facilitate that, I've started putting together like these white boxes of items that I'm using a lot of, and is kind of key to the design philosophy that we're using around the oil rig. And this is my project area where we were storing all of our items to build all these boxes and a few other things. So these white chests, white shulkers, allow me to sort of go somewhere and do some of the more aesthetic points. But yeah, we've got this one stairway there. We got another one here, which is not quite in the back quadrant, but there's nowhere else really to put it. This is above our tunnel bore area. So we need, in this box, we're going to have all of our stones and stuff that we collect from the tunnel bore that will then be processed, and there is a big build going on top of this as well in the future. And then over here we've got a slightly different design. We've got this one that goes loops around. I really like this design. Again, another stairway to nowhere, but we are starting to see like, oh, it forgot to fly. This is like our box for our copper farm and honeycomb. And then over there, right through there, is where we're going to have our honey block. So lots of kind of like thoughts going in. We have started to remove some of the things that have been a constant in this world. I've packed up the bees. They're ready to travel to their new farm up there. But this is probably one we're going to work on in the next episode, because I can't restock my copper shop because I can't use my copper ager, because there's the items just come here and would despawn. This is going to be a honey block farm, where those bees are packed up, ready to go. And then over here, earlier I said I might work on this, and I have. We've put in a stairs up there. We've done this whole platform, so this is looking really cool. Very happy with how this came out and the design that we chose. And this now links up really well. And we do have a huge build to go there. And that's our mushroom block farm there. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today's episode. I really hope you've enjoyed it and loving seeing the progress that we've got going on at the farm. And hopefully you'll hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!